Hey everyone, this is Emily, and today I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do the third week in my 365 Days of Doodling challenge that I have posed for myself. So stick around. So if you guys have watched any of these before, I'm using the How to Draw Almost Every Day an Illustrated Source Book by Camo. It's from Amazon. Got it for Christmas, and it's full of the cutest, simplest little drawings that I've been having so much fun with. I just wanted to start this year by trying to draw something every day. Didn't have to be anything involved. And that's what I loved so much about these little doodles, was they're simple. They're kind of everyday things that are just fun to work on. So the 14th and the 15th were kind of combined into one day. They had a thermometer, little medicine pills, and then little germs that are actually really cute. They have such an angry little face on them. I thought this was perfect because, going back to school after Christmas break, it's like a germ bath in elementary school. So, I was expecting some illness, and we got some illness. So this was well-timed. Good on you, Camo. And then I'm using my Pigma Microns, the colored set that I also got for Christmas. I'm loving them. Coloring in the little pills, and then outlining my little germs. And I actually used the white pen, my white Signo, Uniball Signo, the white pen, to make the white parts of the pills look a little bit whiter. I love that little pen for things like this. That is the best white pen. If I can find this stuff on Amazon, I'll link it below, but you can also buy things like this individually on jet pens, which is kind of cool, or other, pen websites or office supply stores, but I love Amazon. So that was the only things that were for the 14th and 15th, but this little girl on the opposite page actually went with a previous day, and she's like looking super excited, and she's holding up a pencil. But I decided to draw her because I thought she was super cute, except for I decided to put a Kleenex box in her hand instead of a pencil.
Like, yeah, blow your nose.
She just looked so excited about it, so I kind of thought that was fun. A lot of times, some days I'll add, more than what is actually prescribed from the book for the day, just because I'm having fun or want to do some different stuff. So I just decided to do this little girl as an add-on. I'm using my Pigma Micron 02 size, which I really love. It's kind of a good medium tip. It's not too thin, I have the 0.1 or 0.005, is that it? And it's really, really skinny. I'm not a fan, it would be good for really good detailed work, but for doing stuff like this, I wanted just a thicker line so that I would kind of have, you'd be able to see it better. So for the 16th, this is actually, I'm kind of catching up in the last part of this week, all today on Sunday, which is kind of fun because these are so simple that you can sit down for half an hour and do a bunch of them if you want, and that's just fun. So it's a little scarf. So I drew the little scarf girl, and I love the little girl in this book. She's got that little bun on top of her head, and she just kind of reminds me of my daughter. When she has her little ballerina bun on her head. But she's just so cute with her little sweet face. And I wish I would have drawn her a little bit bigger, but she's got the little scarf. I want to actually see if I can find more colors of these Pigma Microns. The set that I got has red, navy, purple, green, and then this really pretty reddish brown color. And then it came with a black one. I'm gonna look and see if I can find more colors, because I have a lot of fun in here using them to draw in little details and color in little details, and then the bonus is I can watercolor on top of them afterward because they are waterproof, so that's a bonus. The 17th was mittens, so I thought those were super cute. And then the 18th was a hat and boots. It was sort of like a winter clothes sort of thing. So I drew the little boy with the cute hat, and then there was that kind of line of different hats and boots, and I decided to draw those all along the bottom because it kind of reminded me of the pile of wet snow clothes that my kids, you know, throw on the floor when they come in from playing outside. So that was the, you know, what was in my mind when I was drawing all the boots and hats. I tell you, I love winter, but the snow clothes, man, the struggle is real. I think that I would like to take a poll on how many mittens each child loses every winter at school. I mean, it's gotta be, our family alone could probably provide mittens to, you know, Scandinavia with the ones that we just lose. So, and I do believe that they're trying. They say that they try so hard to keep track of them. I do believe that, but it just, it doesn't work. So, I don't know where I was going with that, except for the winter clothes struggle. If you hear me, you hear me. So the 19th and 20th were combined as well, and they're like little coats. And I love the little girl with the coat, but I just decided to draw the coats by themselves. And so I'm doing that, and I kind of did two different little styles. I love that everything is just so doable in this book. It's just kind of cute and simple. And that is so up my alley if you have watched any of my drawings. They don't stress me out to do. They're just simple, fun. Natural artistic talent does not come easily to me, like coming up with pictures like this out of my head.
No can do.
But copying them, I enjoy doing. And then I flipped to the front of the book because that was actually the end of this week's little doodles. And I found on the first page there's some cute snowflakes. So I was doodling those little snowflakes. This whole spread kind of ended up with like a wintry theme with the germs and the mittens and the snow clothes. So I threw in some more snowflakes, which was also kind of handy because this week it snowed here, so that was good. Very appropriate. And then I'm using my colored Pigma Microns, like I told you. That heart that I did in the mitten is that reddish brown color, and I think that's my favorite one. I just love it. I wonder if they have a line that are kind of colors in that same vein, sort of like a more muted, I'm not sure what to call them, not vintage, but because the other ones in this set are pretty bright and bold. So when I get done doing this voiceover, I can tell you what I'm gonna do. Hello, Amazon, I'm gonna check it out. So I decided to write bundle up because of all the winter gear. I did write it in pencil first and then go over it with my Pigma Micron in the 0.8, and I thickened up some of the lines also with that 0.8. So it did smear on me because I put my big meat hook on it before it was dry. So beware, I had to use a little witchcraft and whiteout to hide my smear. So I know you feel me on that. That's so frustrating. That is so frustrating. If I was left-handed, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, your days must be so frustrating. I'm sorry for you. I really am. That just adds, life is hard enough already without having to deal with smearing your pen every time you write. Anyway, I'm using my Jane Davenport watercolors. I love them. The one on the left is the Glitzy palette, and the one on the right is the Brights palette. And I've been getting use out of both of them, but probably more out of the Glitzy, which surprises me. It's just a little bit more bold. There's more like bright pinks and purples in the Brights, which are really gorgeous. They really are. They're just more bright. And this spread kind of lent itself to the bright colors. I just, fun winter clothes colors. And I am dipping into all sorts of different colors here. Oranges and blues and greens. It's hard for me to see which ones I'm using. That pretty blue is called 70s eyeshadow that I'm kind of putting all over the page. And a little trick is, if I get a lot of color on there, I use my my paper towel to dab it off, and then it really kind of soaks some of it up and mutes it down. And I decided to try and add some orange, but like I said, I got it a little too concentrated, so I just added more water to it to kind of reconstitute it, and then blotted some of it up. So I kind of like that about watercolors, that you can really fix it if you don't like what you've done. I just wanted to add a little bit more color, and I love blue and orange. I'm not a color theorist, so if you are and that's a total faux pas, I apologize. I don't know anything about art theory. I think I decided to draw in more snowflakes just to kind of fill in the little gaps. And I accidentally, when I did this, grabbed my Pigma or my Sakura Microperm pens, which look kind of similar to my other Pigma Microns, but those will bleed through the Tomoe River paper. So watch out if you use those. But that's what I ended up with, and had a lot of fun. So I'm glad you guys watched, and I hope you are doodling your little hearts away. I will see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.